is a big staple in Costa Rican cuisine. In this video, I will show you my version and a lot of tips on how you can achieve a fluffy white rice. I am going to rinse my rice. When you're rinsing your rice, try not to squeeze your rice, otherwise you might break it. Let it sit for about 30 seconds in this water, and then we're going to drain the water. I use a sifter to make sure I'm not throwing the rice away. And then repeat the process, probably 2 or 3 more times. This is the second time I'm rinsing it, and look, the water is not as white as the first time. So we might have to just rinse it off one more time. And I'm also making just 2 cups of rice for this video. But if you want to double or triple the amount of rice and the ingredients, that's fine. I'm only gonna wash it 3 times to see how the water is clear. I'm making my white rice in this pot because that's how I've always been making rice. If you want to make it in the rice cooker, go ahead and do it over there. I just turned the stove medium heat. In the meantime, I'm gonna boil some water in the kettle. It needs to be completely hot before we add it to the rice. My water just boiled. I'm gonna measure 3 cups and I'm gonna have it ready. Making rice is very fast, so I suggest for you to have all of the ingredients ready. Now I'm gonna add the onion and also be ready to be playing with the temperature. If you think your stove is too hot, bring it down or vice versa. Immediately I'm gonna add the oil. I can also add the bay leaves. Once you see the onions are starting to get transparent or translucent, then we add the garlic. But be careful, we're only gonna cook for a couple of seconds. Garlic can burn in an instant and it would add a bitter taste to our rice. I would say don't cook it more than 30 seconds. And then immediately add your rice. Even though the rice is wet, because I rinsed it, we're gonna coat the rice with the oil. This will help our rice to not get mushy and get very fluffy. Then add the 3 cups of water. Did you hear that? That's why we want hot water instead of cold water. We want exactly what's happening right now. We want the rice to start cooking immediately. And if we add the water cold, then it needs to start warming up the water and then cook the rice. And that's not gonna be a good rice. So always hot water. And I'll add the sugar. No, not sugar. Add sugar only if you're making rice pudding. But add salt if you're making white rice. Stir it and put the lid on. Hopefully it's a see-through lid. We want to see when the water has evaporated. I would say about 10 minutes. Don't take this lid off. I know the temptation of you to check. It's too much. Just leave the lid on, especially if it's not a see-through like this. But if you take the lid off, the temperature is gonna drop. And that could cause your rice to get mush. 10 minutes have passed and I'm gonna remove the lid. No, I do not trust anybody when they say 2 cups of water for every cup of rice. That's not true. And this is the proof. I've only added 3 cups of water. Yes, I'm gonna have to add a little bit, but we're gonna test it first. I'm gonna stir. Look how fluffy that rice is. And it's not completely cooked, I get it. But if you were to add 1 more cup of water, you're gonna get mushy. Trust me, please. We mixed it, we stirred. Look how gentle I am stirring this rice. I'm gonna taste it. Probably it's gonna be a little bit raw, which is fine. Here I have half a cup of water. I'm not gonna add it all. I'm just gonna add a splash, and it's also hot water. Because this second steam is what's gonna finish cooking this off. Look, I didn't even add half a cup of water. So I would say 3 cups and just a little bit of water. We're gonna cover it, let it cook for about 5 to 7 more minutes, and then we're gonna come back. Now take the lid off, bring the temperature down to low, and we're gonna just finish it cooking for the remaining 5 minutes for a total of 20 minutes. I don't want to stir it more, but I'm going to remove the bay leaves, otherwise I'll forget. Always count. I know I put 3 in. I gotta make sure I take 3 out. I can't see the other one, but I'm not gonna stir it right now. Just, I gotta remember, I gotta take 1 more out. Okay, last time we about to stir this rice. And if you get, ooh, that little, I'm gonna, look. This is called Costa. No, I did not burn my rice. That's one of the benefits of making your rice on the stovetop instead of a rice cooker. So here's the other bay leaf. I'm not gonna stir to the bottom so I don't remove that costra. But look how fluffy this rice is, look. I'm also making black beans so I can eat it with this delicious rice. I'll see you guys in that video. You can print the recipe over here. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.